Hello everyone, it's Matt here, and Bricklive at the NEC is now officially over. I've just literally a second ago taken off my exhibitor tag, which I have here. So I'm going to keep this for prosperity at the moment at least. And, you know, it's been a busy hour and a bit just catching up on stuff I've missed out while I was at the show, and doing a few other bits and pieces. So everything's back home, everything's unpacked. The only thing that hasn't been put away yet is the Brickliner observation car. So I thought I'd just show off this new end off to the camera. Still needs a lot of work, as you can see, but at least it's now got a reasonable end now, with that new design, including that sort of special light brick sort of fitting, or lighting fitting, so that it can actually have a lit tailboard and all that sort of stuff. So one of the other things I sort of was thinking about at the show was how little Britmore Railroad rolling stock I actually have with the wheels. So I was just like, well, I've got the 6 cars I took, which were the red Lehigh Valley caboose. I think it's Lehigh Valley. Can't see from here. Then you got the Susquehanna and New York Central hoppers, the Octane tanker, which I actually did swap the Octane tanker, the 40s one, with the 20s chassis, because I wanted the white tanker instead of the black one, and or the boat. I can't remember whether I swapped the bogies or the chassis, but I think I swapped the chassis because it was easier doing that, and doing the bogies. And I also swapped the bogies between the Susquehanna one and the Power Company one I've got built, because then I can because it was easier doing that than doing a few other bits and pieces. So I obviously got to come to realisation that with all these cars, I've then got to work out what's easier for me to actually wheel them up and do that sort of stuff. So I'm going to have a look at Brick Tracks and see what the cost is for the wheel sets they do, sort of like the actual axles, and then sort of work out from there, well, that's such and such cost, I've got such and such wheels in, and therefore I can do so many models. So I've got I've got the wheels and I've got the bearings, I just don't have the wheels, so that's something I need to look at. So Sunday Bricklive was certainly a lot different from Thursday. Very much busier, quite a lot of visitors. From my perspective, because I arrived around 2 o'clock, there weren't as many visitors as there have been previous years for a Sunday, because I did go, I think I went to one Sunday, because I was helping pack up one year, and you know, there is a bit of a difference. What I did notice is that everyone was starting to pack up from about, I'd have said, 4:30. So it was closed at 5, but some people were taking out the minor stuff and rearranging some of the higher end stuff to be a bit easier to reach from 4 to 4:30, I would have said. As obviously at 4:30, because I think the last admission is at 4 o'clock. So obviously that last hour of the show on a Sunday, so everyone wants to get home. So what I did was I got into the show for just after 2, I think it was, something like that. Grabbed a cup of coffee, went to the block stand, and tinkered with my models for a bit. Did a bit of repair jobs on some of the others, because there's a few little things that needed tweaking. And then from there went to have a nose around the show. I didn't buy anything. I did go to one stand and and find out a few bits and pieces and sort of go, what do you want for this? And he sort of went, yeah, you can have it for free. I think that was Minifigures and Bricks, who actually have a store near York, so I'll have to go there at some point and spend some money. So one of them was this neat little sort of bonnet piece with a silver trim on it. So I'll be able to use that in a mock or in a model at some point. And they gave a reddish brown frog, which is one I've not seen before. They use the chocolate frog in Harry Potter. He sort of said was the most common use. He gave me some bits which were construction figure pieces. So I think they're from Hero Factory, just to enable a bit more flexibility and clearance. One was in black, one was in red. For the Diva mech, which I'm building, and unfortunately the Diva mech actually needs dark bluish grey. So I've actually screwed up the colours with those. So I've got those, so the mech's complete now, except for just part swaps with that and part swaps with a few other bits and pieces, and getting a Diva figure together. Now that mech is actually sorry, itchy. That Diva mech is actually built from plans on the internet, so I'll actually put a link into that. So that will be something I'll need to deal with at some point. Oh, yawn time. Oh. I think that's actually it. So yeah, the other thing I want, the only other thing I want to point out is the Ninjago area. I did have a little go and have a little mooch around, see what was at the show, and at the Ninjago I actually built this small micro scale sort of like temple style build. So set in the mountains with some big trees off to one side. So I thought I did that, threw that together reasonably quickly, because a lot of it was hunting for the parts and then just dismantled it afterwards, just to, you know, sort of like help the volunteers at the day out. And that's actually something else as well. There weren't many volunteers or show makers, as they're called, at the show, which I did notice. I mean, previous years you've normally had one per area, and I think this year they were less than that. I think it was like one per 3 areas or something, and they were actually just going round at random and making sure everything was okay. So bit of an issue with that, because when I was a volunteer there, it was sort of a case of that while in the show you are manning the area, you know, and it's partially a health and safety thing, because obviously there's loads of bricks on the floor, but also a sort of like a child safety thing, so that you can actually monitor all the visitors and make sure everything's okay and that sort of thing. So also there's a few less of those, and it's something you don't really notice until you sort of look for it. But obviously, you know, that's something else that a lot of people will sort of go, I actually didn't think of that. And so yeah, that's it from Bricklive. So I've just got to put the coach back, and just got to put the coach back, and that's it. So yeah, so that's it for part 2, and that's it for the vlog series for the Bricklive show. So that's it. I can focus on doing stuff for the Bricklink competition and getting that finished off, because there's less than 2 weeks left. So yay! So that's it for now, and see you later.